Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanis. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, I've been saying this for the past few weeks now that the sports media landscape is actually quickly changing under our feet. Like every single day, something new happens. As you guys know, things are happening at ESPN. They're firing people left and right. Shannon Sharpe has left undisputed. Now I'm hearing, which is actually incredible to me, I'm now hearing that Lil Wayne is going to be joining Skip Bayless on Undisputed on Fridays, which is quite interesting because Lil Wayne is a rapper, but he's going to be there talking sports. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But there's so much change taking place in the sports landscape. We just actually produced a show centered on some comments that Michelle Beadle made about the way ESPN has kind of handled some of their talent, not giving them time to kind of grow together and build chemistry, like TNT did with Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and these guys. We covered all of this, and we also been talking about the fact that there are other competitors out there looking to kind of gain a market share into the sports media landscape through streaming. And one of these companies, incidentally, turns out to be Amazon. Now, some of you guys will be asking the question, okay, what the hell are you talking about? Well, this morning, I was doing some research on front office sports, and I came across an article that really intrigued me. And the article had the headline titled, Amazon Plucks ex-ESPN Talent as it pushes further into sports. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty interesting. I said, maybe this is something the audience will find, find to be an interesting topic. But before we get into this article, this video is brought to you by sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let me read what this article says here. It continues on. It says, Amazon, which acquired podcast company Wondery in the 2020 deal valued at $300 million, is now boosting the audio's network sports slate with new podcast shows from former ESPN star Michelle Beadle, Trey Wingo, and Dan Le Batard's Meteorlark Media. Wondery's new original programming debuting this month through the fall includes Beatles Royale, a weekly show covering sports and pop culture, while Wingo, the former Sports Center host who worked at ESPN for 23 years until 2020, will host an alternative sports history podcast called Making Waves. Shia Serrano, a former Ringer journalist, will also host a new entitled Basketball Podcast. Wondery Sports Splash comes just before Amazon announced its Q2 final earnings on Thursday as Prime Video nears its second season exclusively streaming NFL Thursday Night Football. Amazon will also stream the NFL's new Black Friday game this fall and is expected to be a major player for the NBA's next slate of broadcasting rights. We've done a bunch of activations around Thursday Night Football for our shows, and we're constantly looking for ways to work together. Wondery's Chief Content Officer Marshall Louis told FOS, I think Amazon's commitment to sports across the board is really important to us, but we're also looking at it from the Wondery lens as well. of we want a sports slate. Sports is the fastest growing category in podcasting, and we just see a real opportunity to lean into that area. Amazon is also one of the tech giants that could be a fit to buy a piece of ESPN. Wondery's deal with 3 ex-ESPN personalities, Batard, Wingo, Beadle, comes as Disney's network laid off roughly 20 on-air talents in June and continues to part ways with longtime fixtures. From the time I started at ESPN until now, it's a completely new universe, said Beadle, who was at ESPN from 2009 to 2019. The opportunity to not just go out there and work somewhere else, but to go out and make your own place. And we're seeing, while with Batard and Wingo has done such a good job of it as well. It's such a cool time to be in this medium. I love seeing people that I enjoy, respect, and love working with being released into the wild. And basically the article goes on to say Amazon's double investment in sports podcasting boosts Wondery's existing lineup that includes the All Men and the Three, hosted by JJ Redick, Men in Blazers, and The Lead, which launched with The Atlantic in 2019. And the article then goes on to say a bunch of other things. So you heard what I had to say. Basically, ESPN is firing people left and right because they can't find a way to monetize these guys fast enough to make enough revenue. And these other companies are basically poaching them and say, okay, listen, come over here and let's work together. And I think we can make something interesting happen. It really shows you where this thing is going. And to be quite honest with you, when we came into this business, I had no idea that this was what it was. I mean, how can you know? Unless you're a fortune teller or you're one of the insiders, how could you know? And funny enough, one would even ask the question, how is it that ESPN was so late to the party? This is the reason why I was just in total amazement listening to Stephen A. Smith beat his chest like King Kong, talking about, I own my own podcast. It's like, bro, you're 150,000 years late. You're late to the show. It took you this long. What were you looking at? Right? Now, all of a sudden, you're scrambling, trying to do your own podcast. Meanwhile, these guys that went ahead of you, that left where you were, are now way farther ahead because now they're doing their own thing independently that they truly, truly own, and they're not beholden to any major company. So to me, this is surprising, but I just wonder, what I'm curious about is this. What are the requirements to be picked up by one of these companies? Really? It's something even me, us here at Dreamerspro, we're like, this is quite, what are the requirements? You know, I'm really, really curious about that because for whatever reason, although these people are no longer on TV and being pushed by the platform of ESPN, they're still able to go out there and create waves, which is very, very interesting, which means that they found a way to master their marketing machine, really, because, you know, you start a podcast is one thing, getting it to grow is another thing. Anything really. You start a YouTube channel. Yeah, you can start a YouTube channel. Anyone can start a YouTube channel, but can you make a successful YouTube channel? That's a different thing. So really, it shows me that there's tremendous upside for people that are going to be doing this thing the right way. And also, if you have something that people want, if you're interesting, if people like your content, then it looks like there are going to be opportunities out there. Now, I have to say this, though. I've noticed that a lot of the people that are getting these opportunities are people that have already been in this, been a part of the industry. What I'm wondering is that, are they going to go out there and truly get independent creators that have found a way to cultivate their own audience and then want to partner with them? That's something I'm going to be waiting to see because I've yet to see something like that take place. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about this news? Do you think we're going to be seeing more things take place like this in the future? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comments section, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.